Hare Krishna, and a warm welcome to all our viewers from myself and the GBC Strategic Plan to this beautiful session that we have today on the Kartik series. I think you would have probably participated in the earlier sessions that we had in relation to visiting holy places, different festivals, and we also spoke about Srila Prabhupada as the preeminent Shiksha Guru. And today we are at the last leg of our Kartik series where we're going to talk about Vrindavan, outside Vrindavan. And in this first day of the series, I would like to welcome a very enlivening devotee, His Grace Ananga Mohan Prabhu. Hare Krishna. A warm welcome to you, Ananga Mohan Prabhu, on behalf of myself.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
The GBC Strategic Planning Team. Ananga Mohan Prabhu is a disciple of His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami. He is presently based in ISKCON Kolkata, where he's a full-time devotee and also serves as the Vice President. Ananga Mohan Prabhu has also been working very sincerely for the last few years, recreating the holy places of interest in relation to Srila Prabhupada, where Prabhupada actually performed a lot of his pastimes. He's reconstructing them, and we actually had him a few months back in one of our sessions where he actually spoke about the Ulta Danga Junction Road project. And he is also, a youth counselor. That's what he's also very popular as, a youth counselor, and also a corporate advisor where he travels nationally and internationally across the world, talking about and guiding people about leadership principles and bhakti. And he has done that at several prestigious institutes and universities in India and abroad. Ananga Mohan Prabhu has studied Bhakti Shastri, and he also teaches Bhakti Shastri to a lot of people in Calcutta and also across India. But what everybody really remembers Ananga Mohan Prabhu and what he's really popular for is his Ram Kathas and his Jagannath Kathas. He just, shares this wonderful nectar about, Lord Ram and Lord Jagannath during his visits to holy places, and also during a lot of his lectures. And thus we are actually so fortunate to have him with us today, where he's actually going to talk about Vrindavan, outside Vrindavan, in relation to Jagannath Puri. So a warm welcome to you, Prabhuji. We're so happy to have you here, and we cannot wait any further to listen to you. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Parijat Mataji. Hare Krishna to everyone. And it's a great pleasure. It's a great blessing actually in this auspicious month of Kartik. In the month of, Srimati Radharani, we are having this beautiful session arranged by GBC SPT group of devotees. I really thank them a lot, because this topic is actually very, very heart-touching to all the devotees who love Krishna, Jagannath and Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So before we start, let's pray to Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya, who actually given us Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri and Navadvip to all of us. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmiritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Destarine. Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Evacha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So it's a very beautiful topic, and it's a blessing to hear about Lord Jagannath and Lord Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Sri Krishna. As Vasudev Ghosh bole, Kori jodo hath, Jai Gaur Shai Krishna Shai Jagannath. That, like the Acharya Vasudev Ghosh is singing, that Jai Gaur Shai Krishna Shai Jagannath. That means that Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Sri Jagannath and Krishna himself is actually all the same. Is the same Supreme Personality of Godhead. So before we go to Sri Jagannath Puri, we need to understand one single thing, one important thing, that Krishna Baranam Trisha Krishnam Sangapangasta Parshadam Kalo Sankirtane Prarajanti Sumedasaha. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is Krishna himself. Brajendra Nandana Jai Shachishuta Holoshai Balaram Hoilo Nitai. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came as Srila Prabhupada in his Bhaktivedanta purport, especially in Chaitanya Charitamrita preface. He writes very beautifully that Krishna spoke Sarva Dharmam Parityaja Mamikam Sharanam Vraja, but he didn't show how to do that. So again he came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's full Bhauma Lila in the earthly pastime, that is total 48 years. In this 48 years, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 24 years stays in Navadvip Mayapur Dham and started his Sankirtan movement, and then he travels to Sri Jagannath Puri. There also he stays there for 24 years. Among these 24 years, 18 years he stays in Jagannath Puri, and 6 years he traveled for outreaching, and delivering the conditioned soul, especially to South India, and Lupta Dham Uddhar. And then he also travels to Sri Vrindavan Dham to start again the service to Lord Krishna in Sri Vrindavan Dham. In Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, first chapter 22 onwards, there is a beautiful shloka. Ashtadash varsho keval nilachale sthiti apani achari jive shikhaila bhakti. Ashtadash varsho keval nilachale sthiti. So Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela says Ashtadash varsho keval nilachale sthiti. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in Sri Jagannath Puri 18 years, and then 18 plus 6 is 24. 24 and 24 is 48 total. However, in Jagannath Puri he stays 18 long years. And Apuni Achari Jive Shikhaila Bhakti. So he came to show us what is devotional service. And he also, one of his mission is to give us Sri Vrindavan Dham. Actually, Chaitanya Charitamrita says, and our Acharyas are saying, that Sri Gaura Mandala Bhumi Jeva Jane Chintamani Taro Hoy Bruje Bhumi Pas. Those personalities, those devotees who understands that the Gaura Mandala Bhumi, wherever Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has traveled, Gauru Amar Jeshavas Thane Korilo Brahmana Range Sheshavas Thano Hirava Ami Pranai Bhakata Sange. Our great Acharya Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes in his song that wherever Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has visited, they are worshipable places, and we should visit those places with devotees. And wherever Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited, actually, because he is Krishna himself, and that is the reason why that is not different. Wherever he is actually Sri Vrindavan Dham. So Ashtadash Varshe Keval Nilachale Sthiti Apani Achari Jive Shikhaila Bhakti. So he personally acted in such a way to show us, to show the world, to all the people who want to love Krishna, that what is bhakti. And that he did, staying in Nilachale Sthiti, in Nilachal. Sri Jagannath Puri, or Nilachal, Niladri, Marta Vaikuntha, Shri Kshetra, Shankha Kshetra, Patita Pavan Kshetra, Dashavatar Kshetra, Anna Kshetra. These are the names given to Sri Jagannath Puri. Why? Because of the magnanimity of this place. And with added flavor, in Hindi there is a saying, Sone pe suhaga. When you have a very beautiful, diamond, and if that diamond is, carved with, bedrock with very beautiful gold, that becomes so wonderful. So similarly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu added the beautiful glory of Sri Jagannath Puri, and he made it non-different from Vrindavan. So Jagannath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna is the same Supreme Personality of Godhead. Jai Gaur, Sai Krishna, Sai Jagannath. According to the Vishnu Tantra, Madhura Dwarka Lila Ja Karoti Cha Gokule Nila Chalasthita Krishnasta Eva Charati Prabhu. In the Vishnu Tantra, it has been mentioned in the scriptures that whatever pastimes Lord Jagannath, Lord Krishna is doing, all the beautiful pastimes which he is doing in Dwarka, Cha Gokule, or in Gokul Vrindavan, Nila Chalasthita Krishnasta Eva Charati Prabhu. The same pastimes the Lord is doing in Sri Kshetra Jagannath Puri Dham. In Sri Jagannath Puri Dham, the Lord is actually Krishna himself, and Balabhadra Dev and Subhadra. They are all there. It is not different from Vrindavan. How? Because he is Krishna himself. And not only that, Krishna himself came at the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also and stayed there 18 years and showed what is devotional service, what is bhakti. So in the scriptures it has been stated, we have to see things in the lights of scripture. Shruti Smriti Purana Adi Pancharatrik Vidhingina Oikeanti ki Harir Bhakti Utpatahi Kalpate. So Vishnu Tantra, scriptures, especially Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat and Chaitanya Mangal, so beautifully has been describing that how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never distinguished between Sri Kshetra Jagannath Puri, Navadvip and Sri Vrindavan Dham. Also in the 8th offense of Dham Seva, under the lotus feet of Dham, is distinguishing between Vrindavan, Navadvip and Sri Jagannath Puri. We should not distinguish between Navadvip and Vrindavan. It's an offense. Why? Because they're all same, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He did his beautiful pastime there. So that's why if we see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri, what he is doing, according to the Acharyas, Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas, Sri Jagannath Puri, the temple itself is Dwarka. That's why in Odia they say this, Sabu Tirtho to Charane, Bodrika Jaivi ki Karane. It is in Odia. That means that in your lotus feet, Lord Jagannath, all the tirthas are here. So why I need to go anywhere else? Because here everything is there. So our Acharya says that Sri Jagannath temple is Dwarka. Why? In the mood of a king he is being worshipped. Then Sundarachal means Gundicha temple is non-different from Sri Vrindavan Dham. Why? Because in the mood of Braj, in the mood of Gopis, the Rath Yatra started, the Rath Yatra takes place, and then the Lord goes there and stays there in Sri Vrindavan Dham. And especially where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to stay, where he is staying eternally also there, in Jagannath Puri, Navadvip and Vrindavan. Addapiho Shei Lila Kore Gauro Rai, Kuno Kuno Bhagyavan Dekhibare Pai. Till now also, all these places, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is present. So that's why if you see, wherever Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in this Bhauma Lila, starting from Gambhira to his place to Chataka Parvata, all these places is still now called, if you go to Puri, it is called Gauro Bato Sahi. Sahi means area, you can say a road, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Bato means road. The road which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu every day used is called this road. And that is Navadvip in Jagannath. So when we go to Jagannath Puri, it is actually Vrindavan. Why it is Vrindavan? If we see first, let's take the rituals of the temple. In Jagannath temple, everybody knows that he is Krishna himself. And that's why all the songs Jayadev Goswami has written for glorifying Lord Krishna in Gita Govinda, that is the prayers they do every day to Lord Sri Jagannath Swami. Whether he is getting up in the morning, whether it is taking bhoga, or in the night he is going to sleep, or he is having beautiful pastime, it is all Chita Kamala Kucha Mandala He or Jaya Jaya Deva Hare. They are all singing these songs which is actually connecting to Sri Vrindavan. So in the morning also the bhogas that they offer, remembering Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, offering them to Sri Krishna, to Lord Jagannath. Why? Jagannath, as we said in the Vishnu Tantra, it has been written, Nila Chalasthita Krishna Eva Charati Prabhu. All the pastimes, whatever he did, or he is doing in eternal Sri Vrindavan Dham, he is doing all these pastimes here. There is no difference between Vrindavan and Sri Jagannath Puri. If you see the festivals of Lord Jagannath Swami, if you see the festivals of Jagannath Swami means that, when Narendra Sarovar in the Chandan Yatra time, when Akshay Tritiya takes place, and then 21 days outside the Lord goes in the Narendra Sarovar, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to also attend these festivals during that time. And then sometimes Gaudiya Vaishnavas will come and meet there when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is having this festival in Narendra Sarovar. So it has been stated in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Jamunate Jalokeli Gopi Gana Shango Krishna Karena Mahaprabhu Shehi Rango. He is saying that whatever he did, in Yamuna, he is doing the same thing here in Narendra Sarovar. So he is saying, Shuno Shuno Bhai Sri Chaitanya Avatar, Jerupe Narendra Jale Korila Bihar, Purve Jamunaye Jano Shishugana Mili, Mandali Hoya Korilene Jalokeli. Very beautiful. Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Lila 127 to 29, very beautifully description has been given. That Shuno Shuno Bhai Krishna Chaitanya Avatar, Jerupe Narendra Jale Korila Bihar. Please listen, my dear devotees, how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered the Narendra Sarovar. Purve Jamuna Jano Shishugana Mili, Mandali Hoya Korilene Jalokeli. Just like in Vrindavan in Yamuna, he did this beautiful pastime with his friends. In the same way the Lord is doing pastime, in the same mood, remembering Sri Vrindavan Dham, he is doing that. So that's why even Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying, Je prasad pailen Jannavi Jamuna, Narendra Jalayo Hoilo Shei Bhaggashima. So the same blessing that Yamuna means Vrindavan, Jannavi means Mayapur, Narendra Jale Hoilo Shei Bhaggashima. The same fortune, great fortune and auspicious fortune, who got Narendra Sarovar? Where is Narendra Sarovar? Narendra Sarovar is just near the temple where all the Chandanyatra festival takes place. Dole cha dole Govinda, chape cha Madhusudana, rathe cha vamana drashta punarjanvana vidyate. Rupa Goswami takes this shloka and he describes it from Hari Bhakti Vilas. He says that Dole cha dole Govinda, whenever we see Jagannath, all these festivals, Dol Jatra, he is enjoying the beautiful colors. Dole cha dole Govinda, when we see Krishna in the palanquin in Jagannath Puri. Dole cha dole Govinda, chape cha Madhusudana, when we see the boat festival of the Lord, and the Lord is enjoying beautifully because he is Bhaktaram, Yagdatapasam, Sarva Lokam, Aishwaram, Suridam, Sarva Bhutanam, Gyaptamam, Shantim Richati. He is an enjoyer, he is enjoying. And in Jagannath Puri, he is enjoying Narendra Sarovar. Dole cha dole Govinda, chape cha Madhusudana, Rathe cha Vamana Dishtan. When we see in the Ratha, the Lord, Punarjanmana Vidita, nobody will take birth again in this material world if he just attains a little bit Salpamapyasya, Dharmasya Trayato Mahato Bhaya. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did all these beautiful pastimes in Jagannath Puri, understanding he gave to us, all of us. It is Vrindavan actually. Wherever the Lord and Lord's pastimes are happening, the Lord is personally, present there in the deity form. Pratibha Nautumi Shakshat Brajendra Nandan. You are not a deity, you are Krishna himself. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proved that by his own example. Apuni Achuri Jive Shikhaila Bhakti in Jagannath Puri, Ashtadash Varsha Keval Nilachala Siti. 18 years he proved that how Vrindavan and Puri is not different. So it has been very beautifully described. Narendra Jale Hoilo Shei Bhagyasima. Just like Yamuna and Ganga got blessing in Navadvip and in Jagannath, in Sri Vrindavan Dham, the same blessing was been, blessed to, Narendra Sarovar because, the Lord did this pastime. Lord is doing this pastime eternally here. Same thing also when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he, in a springtime, he saw the full moon, and from Gambhira to that road, when he saw this beautiful sea, he also remembered Sri Vrindavan Dham and Yamuna. And then immediately what he does, he jumps to the sea. And then it has been stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 18.31 to 32 onwards. কোনার কেরে দিকে প্রভুরে তরঙ্গ লইয়া যায়, কবু ডুবাইয়া রাখে, কবু ভাসাইয়া লইয়া যায়। যমুনাতে জলকেলি গোপীগণ সঙ্গে, কৃষ্ণ করেন মহাপ্রভু মগ্ন সেই রঙ্গে। So beautiful. This is Vrindavan. This is Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri. Why? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is jumping. He jumped on the sea, remembering Yamuna. And he is also saying, what? More Vrindavan. Because he is thinking always Vrindavan. This is not different from Vrindavan. And Konark ke dike Prabhure tarang loiya jay. And then from Puri to Konark is 29 kilometers. And when he jumped, we know all this beautiful pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he was thinking what? And kabu dubaiya rakhe, kabu bhashaiya loiya jay. Sometimes he is coming up from the sea, sometimes he is going deep because of the current of the sea. And he is meditating upon what? Jamunate jalokeli gopi gana sange, Krishna karena Mahaprabhu magna shei range. So he is thinking, he is meditating. He is meditating upon what? That this is Yamuna. In this Yamuna, Krishna with all his beautiful devotees, the gopis, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are the best devotees. Gopir Bhartur Pada Kamalra Das 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 Anudas. Yeah, Mahaprabhu is thinking in this mood that Krishna is enjoying with his devotees. And in that mood he jumped. In Jagannath Puri. So how it is not Vrindavan? It is Vrindavan. And then 29 kilometers he was being, taken by the current. And then as we know this beautiful pastime, one fisherman caught hold of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his net. And then by touching the body of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he was in ecstasy, then he started, as he's taking Krishna's name, he thought that some ghost has come. He was shouting more and more, Govinda, Mukunda, Nirshinga, Madhava. And in this way, what is happening actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is proving by himself that this Jagannath Puri is actually Sri Vrindavan. Krishna is Jagannath. In the same way we see when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is seeing these beautiful hillocks made by the sand and the wind. And he is running after taking bath. When he is going back, he sees this beautiful hillock which is still there. It's called Chataka Parvata. He remembers Govardhan, Namo Girirajaya, Govardhana Namine, Ashesha Kleshanashaya, Paramananda Pradayine. Immediately he remembers Krishna. That is the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is saying in Vrindavan, seeing Vrindavan everywhere, Puri is not different from Vrindavan. Puri is having this Chataka Parvata till now, where our Srila Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, his Bhajan Kutir is there. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is running, even if the hot sand is burning his feet, but he is running, by thinking that I will embrace, and he is falling down by remembering Krishna. By remembering, this is not different from Sri Giriraj Govardhan, which Krishna lifted. It is the best devotee of Krishna. It is Vrindavan, Hari Bol. This is Sri Vrindavan Dham. Jagannath Puri is Vrindavan. So all the Paramananda Puri, Brahmananda Bharati, all these great personalities who came to be with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They were actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Guru Varga, but they wanted to witness the beautiful pastime that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing in Chataka Parvata. And many times, they will run and they will take, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, into their, hold his hand, hold his feet, because it is burning. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is thinking about Sri Vrindavan, Sri Vrindavan, Sri Vrindavan. So in this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sometimes will see Krishna. When he will see Krishna in Jagannath, he will see Jagannath. He is in the form of Krishna only, in Tribhanga Murari, he is Sam Sundar. He will sing, Ha Ha Krishna Prananath Brajendra Nandana. Kaha jango, kaha pango, muruli vadan. Oh Krishna, you are Manima, you are the king of kings, but you are my Krishna. That's why sometimes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there are four favorite poets, and sometimes he will sing by seeing Lord Jagannath. He will stand near Garuda Stambha and he will sing this, Ha ha Krishna Pranat Brajendra Nandana. You are Brajendra Nandan, you are my Krishna, you are my Prananath. Kaha jango, kaha pango Murali Vadan. You are my Murali Vadan Jagannath. Hari Bol. By holding Jagannath, the Garuda Stambha, he will gaze upon Lord Jagannath and he will sing. He Deva, He Daita, He Bhavanaika Sindhu. He Krishna, He Chapala, He Karunaika Sindhu. He Nath, He Ramana, He Nayana Bhiram. Ha ha kadanubhavita Shri Padam Dishor me. He is saying all about Vrindavan, all about Krishna in Jagannath. So how it is not different? It is different, not different. It is the same Vrindavan Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought to Vrindavan. Now why? Because it is actually Vrindavan. If you see the festivals of Lord Jagannath, Jagannath festivals means Janmashtami. From Janmashtami to Dashami Dadasi, all these 3 days, the Lord Jagannath in Jagannath Puri gets special dresses. Maybe we can have another talk about it, the different dresses of Lord Jagannath sometimes. So in there also, after Janmashtami, the Janmashtami day, there is a big festival takes place. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will attend these festivals where Shiki Maiti and all these Odia associates, they will dress like Nanda Baba and Yashoda. Mahaprabhu will play with the stick with Nityananda, that I am Brajavasi. And then until now also, the Jagannath Puri in the main altar, they get special 3 dresses. Picnic dress, Bono Bhuji Besh. That also reminds us Vrindavan. The Krishna is Jagannath. Jagannath is Krishna, Balaram is Balaram. They are in Vrindavan. Bono Bhuji Besh. Bono Bhuji Besh, they give a special dress that shows that all his friends are there and Krishna is taking, picnic. Puling Bhojan or picnic dress. Then Kaliya Daman Besh. Kaliya Damana Vidhana. Krishna, Jagannath, he has been given a dress where he plays flute, Murali Vadan, and standing on Kalyanag. And then Pralambasura, Balaram also gets, the Balaram rides on Pralambasura and delivers him. That dress is also given. If he is not Krishna, if he is not Vrindavan, if Puri is not Vrindavan, how this is happening? This is Vrindavan. Puri, Jai Gaur, Shai Krishna, Sai Jagannath, Navadip, Mayapur Dham, Sri Vrindavan Dham and Sri Jagannath Puri Dham is not different. Why? Because our dear Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is proving that by his own example. Apuni achuri jive shikhaila bhakti. So all these beautiful pastimes that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing, and we should not forget the Rath Yatra festival. Rathere sajani dekhi loke chamatkar, nabo hema maya rath sumeru akar. বলিষ্ঠ দৈতাগণ যেন মত্ত হাতি জগন্নাথে পাহান্ডি করায় হয়ে হাতাহাতি. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is glorifying all the pandas, all the Daitapatis, that how beautifully they are taking Lord Jagannath, just like Jagannath is an elephant and they are also big elephants. And the beautiful Ratha, which makes Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remember that he is pulling the Rath to Sri Vrindavan Dham, that is not different from Gundicha temple. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sings there beautifully, and we know, when Prataparudra Maharaj met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there, what happened? The Gopi ki Tabakatamritam. The Vaishnavas taught him. And then he got the mercy. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in the mood of Sri Vrindavan Dham. And sometimes he is saying, oh my dear Lord, there are so many horses, so many elephants, so much kolahal. Kolahal means so much sound. I will take you to Vrindavan. And what is that Vrindavan Mahaprabhu is talking about? Is Gundicha temple. That is the Vrindavan. Vrindavan is everywhere. Why? Because it's a state of mind. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, more mon Vrindavan. So in Jagannath Puri, the atmosphere, the festival, the puja, daily worship of the Lord, even the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even the associates of Sri Jagannath Puri, those who are worshipping, they are very clear about it, that Sri Jagannath Puri is non-different from Sri. This is Vrindavan, our Bhoma Vrindavan, which is glorious, as Rupa Goswami says in Nectar of Instruction. It is the highest place. And then it is also outside also, and that is Sri Jagannath Puri as well. In Jagannath Puri, if you see the pastimes that is happening, just like I said, Chataka Parvata, Jagannath Puri, the Nilachal, Mahaprabhu is jumping, he jumped in the ocean. He's remembering it is Jamuna. Then if you see the beautiful pastime that is happening, every day what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing. If you see the schedule of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, every single day when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to be in Puri, he used to attend all the festivals. And he will tell by his singing, by his words, yes, for everyone, Nacho Gao Bhakto Sange Karo Sankirtan, Amono Madhur Mahaprabhu Rabachan. Yes, but when everybody will go, will go and take rest, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will discuss the intricate pastimes of Krishna with Sarup Damodar and Ramananda Rai. In Jagannath Vallabh Garden, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw Krishna underneath a very beautiful Ashoka tree. And Krishna comes and gives him darshan. And then he immediately disappears, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becomes mad and he is searching Krishna everywhere. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri, when I am telling you all these things, I am actually visiting all this. I think all of you are visiting also in Jagannath Puri. Jagannath Puri is so beautiful. And it has been, staying the same way actually, nothing much. Yes, now recently, a few days before, by the mercy of Lord Jagannath, we went and visited all these places. And I was just thinking, because of the present situation, not much crowd is there. And in the night, and because much people are not there, only devotees are there, you can get the flavor of the same thing as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to experience. Many of the temples, still till now also they have this ghee lamps, not electricity, and the prayers. Even in Tota Gopinath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will visit. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got Krishna from the garden that is called Tota Gopinath Temple, just near the Chataka Parvata. And he gave this worship, Gopinath's worship, to Gadadhar Pandit. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said one day, when Mahaprabhu went and he said that if I give you something wonderful, will you take? So immediately Gadadhar Pandit said, if you are giving, how can I reject? Please give me whatever you want to give me. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then immediately, there was, he just and made appear Krishna's beautiful form as Gopinath. Tota means in Odia, Tota means garden. And Gopinath means the Gopinath which stays in garden. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will, give this service, and he will visit every day Tota Gopinath. He will go to the sea. He will go to the Chataka Parvat. He will see all the festivals of Lord Jagannath. He will also see Rath Yatra, and then he will go to Gundicha and he will take darshan. And in this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proved that how it is so beautiful that Jagannath Puri is not different from Sri Vrindavan Dham. Everything is there. Yamuna, it is there. If you were Giriraj Govardhan is there. And ultimately, Lord Jagannath is non-different from Krishna himself. Sanatana Goswami says in his Jagannath Stava, Sri Jagannath Niladri Shira Mukuta Ratna He Daru Brahma Ghanashyama Prasida Purushottama Prafulla Pundari Kaksha Lavana Vitatamrita Gutiko Mang Pahi Nana Bhoga Purandara Nijadhara Sudadhai Indradumna Prasadita Subhadra Lalana Vyagra Ramanuja Namastute Gundicha Ratha Jatradi Mahatsava Vivardhana Bhaktavatsala Vande Tvang Gundicha Rathamandanam Deenahina Mahanicha Dayadrikrita Manasa Nipta Nutana Mahatma Darshina Chaitanya Vallabha. Who is Jagannath? He is Chaitanya Vallabh. He is the loving Lord of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And who is the loving Lord of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He is Krishna himself. There is no difference between Jagannath, Krishna and Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. There is no difference between Vrindavan and Jagannath Puri and Mayapur Navadip Dham, because they are all eternally all same. Coming from the spiritual world, it is a gift that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Lord has given to all of us. And we should thank our founder Acharya, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Because of Srila Prabhupada, he is a Vrindavan man. Prabhupada says that Mayapur is my deity room, Vrindavan is my home. So Vrindavan is Prabhupada's home, and he took Vrindavan in his heart and made Vrindavan everywhere. Everywhere, wherever there is Krishna, everywhere our temples are there. It is actually Vrindavan. Why? Because the consciousness that Srila Prabhupada, in ambience that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is speaking in Rath Yatra time, Bitasi Kunja, the beautiful Kunja. He is of Reba Nadi, the riverbed of Yamuna, Govardhan, all Srila Prabhupada made. And Srila Prabhupada has given us. Because who can give? Because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just like Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, is been worshipped like this. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, desires, all the desires, Sri Chaitanya, whatever is there in the mind of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it's been very beautifully established in this world. Bhutale. Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Vadati Sapadanti. So Rupa and Sanatan had. And they're understanding that the same way. We are Rupa Gunuga. Srila Prabhupada made us Rupa Nuga. Srila Prabhupada is a Rupa Nuga Bhakta, who is following Srila Rupa Goswami. So he understood. All Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associates, great personalities, made Vrindavan outside Vrindavan. If you call Buddha Vishnupur, if you tell, it has been made by Shimananda Prabhu, it is all about Vrindavan, outside Vrindavan. Then if you go to Remuna, Rasikananda Gaur Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is another associate, right? As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, made Sri Vrindavan Dham appear because of Rup Sanatan and all the six Goswami. Shri Rup Sanatan, Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath. Following their beautiful footsteps, divine footsteps. Srila Prabhupada also gave us Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri, Sri Mayapur Dham, and so many other great, new Vrindavan, new Dwarkapuri, and so many other places. So we should be very thankful to Srila Prabhupada. And we should understand that how great privilege that Srila Prabhupada has given to all of us. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expects from all of us. Always remembering Krishna, never forgetting Krishna. That is the motto. And we should always try to remember that Sri Jagannath Puri, Sri Mayapur Navadip Dham and Sri Vrindavan is actually the same place. It is actually the non-different. And Jagannath Puri, when we go, we see that it gives you the flavor of Vrindavan only. Why? Because it is actually Vrindavan. Whether it is Gambhira, whether it is Narendra Sarovar, whether it is Indradumna Sarovar, whether it is the beautiful Mahadadi ocean where Haridas Thakur chanted. And many of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees who never visited Vrindavan, Bhoma Vrindavan, like Gadadhar Pandit took Khetra Shanyas, for him everything is Puri. Haridas Thakur never went to Vrindavan, Bhoma Vrindavan, but he stayed in Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri Vrindavan. Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Also, all these many great personalities, they didn't travel to Ashram because they didn't that they did that lila of going to Vrindavan, but they all came to Sri Jagannath Puri. So that's why it has been stated in the scriptures that Ashtadash Varsha Keval Nilachal Sthiti. 18 years Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in Sri Jagannath Puri. 18 long years. And what he did? Apone Achuri Jive Shikhaila Bhakti. And by his own example, he is teaching all of us that how to do devotional service. So that's why the Acharyas are saying also, Bhagavad-gita is the words of Krishna. It is spoken by, it is a song of Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam is the heart of Krishna. Why? Tomare hridaya sada Govinda Vishram, Govinda kahena mama Vaishnava param. It is the heart of Krishna. So Bhagavad-gita is the words of Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam, all the great personalities, great devotees of the Lord, Ambarish Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Yudhishthira Maharaj, great personalities, names are there, devotees' names are there. That's the reason Srimad Bhagavatam is the heart of Krishna. And if you want to know the mind of Krishna, you need to take shelter of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita tells very beautifully, even Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Mangal says that Sri Vrindavan, Sri Jagannath Puri, and Navadvip Mayapur are all the same. Thank you very much. And let us all meditate upon this beautiful program that has been arranged by GBC SPT. And I thank their endeavor. This is such a beautiful topic. And we all went today on this very auspicious day of Kartik. We are visiting Sri Jagannath Puri. And I know that even if through our mind we visit, we get the same benefit of visiting personally there by physically being there. That is the power of mind. That is the power of Krishna consciousness. So let us all pray to Lord Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra and Sudarshan that they blesses us with divinity and we can follow the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada. Nilachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannathaya Tena Namaha. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Manani Sudarshan Dev ki, Shri Kshetra Jagannath Puri Dham ki Jai. Yes, over to you, Parijat Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for that. We have a question, so we'll just take a question from one of our viewers. I have the question up here on display. How do we understand different moods of Krishna, Raja Krishna, Krishna in Jagannath, in Puri, and Lord Chaitanya in Navadvip?
I will tell you, there is a saying, I will try to answer it in a different way. If you go to Vrindavan, you want to get the blessing, you need to roll on the ground and get the dust. Your body need to be fully dust with the Braja Raj. If you go to Jagannath Puri, you need to take darshan and you need to fill your belly with Jagannath Mahaprasad. That means in Vrindavan, if you are falling at the lotus feet of Krishna and Radharani and dust is coming, in your whole over body, that is a blessing that you get. Unless until you do that, you don't get the blessing of Vrindavan. And then if you go to Jagannath Puri and darshan and prasadam, because in Jagannath Puri, the Lord is taking so much. In this regard, I remember that when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's place to honor prasadam in the lunch, he arranges a vivid, big amount. So he says that how can a person eat like this? So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, understanding Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, he tells a very nice thing. He tells, well, in Vrindavan, Jashoda cooks so much. And your aunties and uncles feed you so much. But still your belly is not filled up. And you steal and eat. And in Jagannath Puri, you are eating so many times Chappan Bhog. But according to that, this which I have offered is a morsel only. One mukti. So why you are telling that? So in Jagannath Puri, if you go, the mercy flows like this. You take prasad, you enjoy. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whenever the devotees will come from Bengal, he will ask them, and he will, ask them that go to Jagannath Puri and take darshan. And in Shinayapur Navadvip Dham, we get the blessing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. In Navadvip Mayapur Dham, the Lord came to give us the holy name. Golokera Premodhana, Harinam Sankirtana. He gave them the holy name. So in the Navadvip Dham, Krishna in the mood of magnanimity, Namo Mahavadannaya, Krishna Prema Pradayate. Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Krishna Namaha. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for that sweet answer, Prabhuji. That was really sweet. How you shared, especially this aspect of Prasad in Jagannath Puri. I think that's one big reason why everybody is so attracted to Lord Jagannath. We have one more question from our viewers, which is, have heard that we should develop attraction to Lord Chaitanya. No other way to get Lord Krishna's mercy. How does one direct one's attraction from one form to another?
Actually, if you are just attached to one, it is all the same. If you are attached to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is complete, because he is complete, because he is Krishna. Om Purnamada Purnamidat Purnat Purnat Mudachyate Purnasta Purnamadaya Purnamidavashishyate. You see, Krishna says very nicely in Chaitanya Charitamrita also, very nice shloka is there. Bhakto gane shuk dite prabhur avatar jatha jaggo taha karana vyavahar. He is saying the Lord has appeared to give pleasure to his devotee. And wherever, depending on the moods of his devotee, he reciprocates in that way. The same way, he says in Bhagavat-gita, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajan. See, if you love Jagannath, love him. If you love Krishna, you love him. He will give you, he is complete. If you love Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so you love. The same example has been given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with the pastime of Amurari Gupta in Navadvip Mayapur. Mahaprabhu asked him, you chant Krishna's name. But the whole night he tried and he didn't chant, because he is Hanuman actually. And then in the morning time Mahaprabhu went and you didn't chant Krishna's name. He said, what to do? It is better for me to leave my body but then chant, because I love Ram. So Mahaprabhu became so happy. He said, I know who you are. And immediately Mahaprabhu showed his eternal form, as Ramachandra, and to him. And he saw that he is having a tail at his back, and he is Hanuman actually. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu loved to see his devotees loving great personalities. If you see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, relationship with Venkata Bhatt, if I am not wrong, in Ranganath Kshetra, Gopal Bhatta's father, and he was a very, very attached devotee to Lord Narayan. And then Mahaprabhu will sometimes joke that why your Lakshmi being so chaste but coming to Vrindavan or Vrindavan to associate with Krishna. But then understanding his mood and his dedication towards Narayan, he will glorify him. So any form of the Lord, if you are attached to it, that is complete, because he is complete. So sometimes we love Jagannath, fine, wonderful. Like if you ask me, for me, I love Jagannath very much. So it's okay. And somebody loves Radha Govinda, somebody loves Radha Rash Bihari, somebody loves Radha Gopinath, somebody loves Radha Madan Mohan, somebody loves Radha Madhav. Fine. Because they are all the supreme personality of Godhead. They are all Krishna only. And if you are having relationship with him in any way, it is wonderful. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for that answer. We have a lot of our viewers who are, sharing beautiful comments and so much appreciation for your katha. So please do have a look at them after, we finish our session. And also, I think this beautiful thing, what you shared, that, once one takes birth in Jagannath Puri, one never takes birth again in this material world. And when you see Lord Jagannath on the Rath, then, there is no more birth. So that was so sweet. And also how Vrindavan and Jagannath Puri is non-different, which was actually the theme of our talk today, that, Vrindavan outside Vrindavan. And you shared that how when Lord Chaitanya, who stayed for 18 years in Jagannath Puri, when he would actually jump into the sea, he would actually think that, he is, taking his bath in Yamuna. And when he would see the Chataka Parvat, it would remind him of Govardhan. And I think one of the sweetest thing was also, which I didn't even know, that Lord Jagannath actually had a picnic dress. So that was so sweet. I really didn't know about this. And then, Lord Jagannath is dressed as Lord Krishna with a flute. So this is actually shows us that how these pastimes are non-different. Krishna just appears in different forms just to, create so much love and just to increase the rasa amongst the devotees. And we are actually grateful to you, because especially during this lockdown, when so many devotees are unable to visit the dham during Kartik or even throughout the year, so you have actually recreated the dham for us. And as you said that, one can actually visit the dham through the mind. So you actually gave us entrance into the dham today through, your beautiful, katha, through your beautiful melodious singing of the verses, singing the beautiful song of, Lord Jagannath. And actually help us to aspire that, yes, someday we will, have that taste. And some lifetime after lifetimes, maybe we will be part of Krishna's picnic. But till that happens, at least, we have hope by, honoring Lord Jagannath's prasad, and we can still be in bliss. So thank you so much for this, Prabhuji. I'm so grateful to you. And great thank you to you on behalf of myself and the GBC Strategic Planning Team for being with us today. And to our viewers, I would like to share that we still have a couple of more days of Katha. Vrindavan, outside Vrindavan, we still have 2 more sessions. So please stay tuned with us. Share this video with your friends, and wish you all a very auspicious Kartik festival. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Jai Jagannath.